Alrighty, now we are going to go over the steps to restring a plain guitar string on this acoustic guitar. Now, with the plain strings, they're a little bit trickier. They tend to bounce around everywhere, which you'll probably see as I'm going through this. But you know, they take a little more practice than the wound strings. But you know, just keep at it, and you know, always try to change your strings regularly. If they start getting crusty and you got a lot of gunk on them, change them, because it will actually affect the tone, and it can affect the intonation of the strings. So here's what we're going to do. Same exact steps as before. We're still going to pull the string through, make sure we leave a little bit of slack. But this time, we are going to take the, since the peg is here, we're actually going to take the extra slack, and we're going to go opposite. So we're going to take that string, and we're going to bend it this way. But now we're going to do this. We're going to take that extra piece of string, bring it under, so under the main part of the string, and then you're going to make kind of like a little V, and you're going to bring it back over. So it's basically under and back. And what that does, it creates a little bit of a crease in the string, and it almost creates, I don't want to say a knot, but just a way to keep that string from moving around. Now here's what you do next. Again, if you got a peg winder, which I think is a handy tool to have, take that peg winder and keep tension on it. Now with these particular ones, you don't do the sandwich like we did on the wound strings. What you're going to do is you're going to wind, and you're just going to wind downward. But the idea on this is to keep tension on the string at all times, and just keep winding downward on that peg. On this one, we've got about maybe 3-4 winds here, and there we go. We're getting tension, so we can tune it up now. And again, this is the kind of thing where you can kind of adjust it with your fingers. There are no winds on top of each other. They're just going straight down. And also you can kind of pull a little bit on this to make sure that little crease or that knot we made is nice and tight too, because that can help with the tuning as well. You know, as you're doing this, you know, it's not a bad idea to have a tuner nearby so that you can make sure that you're not you know, tuning up too far and going to snap your string. And again, you want to cut the extra string off here. We'll do that again. And there we go. So that's the basic idea with the plain strings. Again, bring it through the hole, pull it back away from the peg, feed it under, back over, crease it, and then turn. So those are the basic techniques that I use. When you're finished restringing, make sure that you give the strings a little bit of a stretch, you know, so that they stretch out. You get any of the extra slack in the strings. And it's not a bad idea to do this every time before you practice. Tune up, that kind of stuff. You know, stretch them out a little bit. It's you know, good habit to get into. And again, make sure you change your strings if they get all kind of grimy and everything. It will affect the sound and the intonation. So good luck. If you have any questions, drop me a line.